I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Your screen is visible.
Very good morning. It is my pleasure to be here today on the third day, session 1, by Dr. C. Sheila Sashikumar ma'am, Director Clinical Research, SS Healthcare, Head Clinical Research, iCare Super Specialty Hospital. So today's session, I just wanted to tell that about her I wanted to introduce, and the ma'am is very close to us. Every time when we are in when we are asking for some help, immediately she will accept and she helps us. Let me introduce her. Yeah. So Dr. Sheila is a Seed Fund Technical Subcommittee member, Golden Jubilee Women Biotech Park Scientific Advisor, Neha Green Lab, has experience of 28 years in academics and research in clinical research, clinical biochemistry, nanotechnology, molecular biology, natural products, bioactivity, etc., and 57 publications till date. She is award winner of Professor E.P. Odom Gold Medal 2007, GMM Healthcare Pro 360 product launch, reviewer of several journals, DGHS fellowship she has, and she is a member in IAEC, IRC, ISBC, IEC, National Academy of Biology Sciences, Indian Society for Atherosclerosis, International Society for Noni Science, Fellow in Society of Environmental Sciences. Ma'am, she is completed so many clinical trials. LifeForce COVID-19 screening and monitoring tool, MAECM Korea, Eliminate non-invasive fluorescence, Pro 60 on diabetic foot ulcer patients, BBNM classification, etc. She has also completed several projects, to name a few, a study on bacterial population in patients with infected diabetic foot ulcer and polyherbal juice formulation, role of child glucid, etc. Ma'am, we are very happy to have you here today. Like last time, people were so excited to listen to you. Now the screen is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Let me stop sharing, ma'am. I think.
Okay. Hi, good morning, all. I wish to thank at this onset and precious moment, I wish to thank the organizing team, ICC and IQAC of SRM IST for organizing a 5-day ATAL online FDP program on capacity building of women in higher education. My sincere thanks to Dr. Puaman, the presiding officer, ICC, Assistant Director, Campus Life, for providing me an opportunity to deliver a talk on the role of women in research. Also, at this moment, I wish to thank Dr. Kanta Arunachalam for introducing me. So today we will discuss about the role of women in research under 3 headings or 3 phases as it may be. 1, women in research. What are the challenges we face as a women, and what are the opportunities that we come across which we may miss it also. Quoting some of my experiences, my life experiences, which I wish to give you. So I'll share my screen now. Hope my screen is visible clearly. Is it in slideshow?
Share screen.
Yeah, I shared my screen. It is in slideshow. Can you see it?
No, ma'am. Please you stop sharing again. You share it, ma'am. Please.
You
Not able to see, ma'am.
okay? Again, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Now.
Yes, now we can see. Yeah, now we can see, ma'am.
Okay, can I move to slideshow?
Yes.
Yeah. So role of women in research.
Sorry, your video is not there. Have you? I don't know why.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any problem?
Your video is not there. Your face is not seen. Till now I was seeing you. Now I am not able. Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
Yes.
Now here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a excellent topic. The need of the hour is role of women in research. Having so many years of experience in research, still every day is a challenge for us. Maintaining the personal and professional life and maintaining a balance is an essential need of the hour. So about me, Dr. Puamal gave a kind introduction. So if there is any need regarding my service, you can come across my email ID, which I have projected here, and my papers, my 61 publications are available in all the platforms of the research. So if there is any need, please do contact me. So to start with, women empowerment. So women empowerment is one of the strategic challenges for sustainable development. This is a very important thing as far as a society is concerned. So we all know as a women, we have multiple roles. So starting from our infant, childhood, adult, adolescent to the old age, we have many different roles to play with. And one of the fantastic role that God has given us is a mother's role. So the handle that rocks, the cradle rules the world. So motherhood is the best, and I'll tell you why later on. So this is one of the best role that we are playing. And because of this also, we may lose some of the career opportunities which we need to sacrifice in the early part of life. But don't worry, at any stage, we have opportunities. It is we to decide how to go about it. So women are multitasker. I hope every woman will agree with me. We are a multitasker and it is a daily job. There is no need for any particular training to go on to any center for training. It is automatic, it is inborn with us. So we do multiple roles, but at the same time, we also maintain a healthy relationship both in the family as well as in the profession. That is the essential thing for our success. So multitasking is a part of my everyday life. Like me, you also have multiple roles, and the role of mother, daughter-in-law, sister, daughter, everything has to be balanced in day-to-day life apart from our research and academic work. So as I said, we are going to discuss under three categories: women in research. The first one is women in research. It is not now women have entered into research field. Starting from, I'll tell you in the later on slides, in 1865, with the Indian women has started her career as a medical faculty, as a researcher in all parts of the research. So it is not we now entering it. Already our ancestors have entered and they've created a mark, and that pathway has to be continued in a excellent way for us to come into this platform. So women scientists who changed the world. So we all know about Marie Curie. Marie Curie, who conducted a pioneering research on radioactivity. We all know because of her pioneering research in the radioactive elements, today we have the radioactive treatment for the oncology for the cancer patients in the third phase of their third or even in the fourth phase, maybe in the second phase. So it is a blessing for us because of her discovery. In the oncology field, we are using the radiotherapy. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize twice. Understand, we all know she was working in a in an era where there is no advancement of technology, where there is no communication much between the persons, but still she dedicated her life and she died due to her continuous research. That is different, but she was the first person to win the Nobel Prize twice. So a woman winning a Nobel Prize twice was not now, it has already been there. We are only following that. Then comes a British X-ray crystallographer. Many will not know about this lady. Only few can understand about her role. The British X-ray crystallographer called Rosalind Franklin. Franklin name is not much in the discovery, but she was the one who was working continuously on the structure of DNA molecule using imaging. Those days she took the X-ray crystallography studies of the DNA structure. What are the bases? How many bases are there? Is the purine and pyrimidine bases? How are they linked? Is it hydrogen bonding? All those details were studied only by her. But unfortunately, her data was shared without her knowledge to James Watson and Francis Crick, who later on proved the discovery or the structure of the DNA molecule. What you are studying today is Watson-Crick double helical model. It is her discovery that today we are studying, but history doesn't say much. That is because of unfortunate, I can say that. So Watson and Crick, happily they got the Nobel Prize in 1962, but Franklin died of cancer by then and was ineligible for the prize. That is really a pathetic situation, but she was the one who created the first dealings of the structure of all the macromolecule, including DNA. Another very important lady is Rachel Carson. Rachel Carson was the first lady to sound that use of DDT as a pesticide is harmful to the environment, creating land pollution. So she was the first lady to say that this chemical is very harmful. It causes the pollution hazard. So this was represented in a book called Silent Spring. She would have got her PhD degree and even her double PhD degree in biology from John Hopkins University, but she was overburdened with lot of work, taking the responsibility of taking her children and mother. She couldn't do it. So here is a lady who has created a history. Then the 10 women who changed the science and the world by Catherine Whitlock and Rhodri Evans. Please read this. This is a very important thing. Catherine Whitlock and Rhodri had given a concise details about all the women who made a history in the research. So this was really a book which I went through it. The leading 10 women are anesthesiologists. Virginia Apgar. Today, medical people are using this Apgar score, which is used to assess the health of newborn. That was done by Virginia. She was an anesthetist. Marine biologist, what I showed you, Rachel Carson was the first woman to talk about the DDT pesticide, and she was fighting for it not to use on the soil or for any other thing, to use the organic compound in those days. Then astronomer Henrietta Leavitt, discovery of expansion of the universe. Physicist Lizzie Meitner, who was the co-discoverer of the nuclear fission. So we know about the nuclear fission. Then nutritionist Elsie Widdowson, necessity of fortifying foods with vitamins. We also have an Indian nutritionist who played a vital role in fortifying this in those days. She was from Hyderabad, which I'll give you later. So fortification was explained in those days by Elsie to add vitamin D, calcium to the foodstuffs, for especially for the women, for the health. Then chemistry Nobel Prize winning crystallographer Dorothy Hodgkin. Mary Curie, which I represented earlier, a person who had won 2 Nobel Prizes for a pioneering research on radioactivity. So all these women were able to do something and create a history, or even they would have started a product which was taken later on. So they are the beginners, we can say. That what are the things that help them to come forward to do all these activities is that initial inspiration from the families, the difficulties, their early educational career, their personal tragedies. Everyone had tragedies. Some lost the children, husband, parents, everything. They had a personal tragedies and debilitating health conditions. Many died at an early ages, were found common, but they excelled in their respective fields. Today, we are able to read their discovery. So this is about global thing in women in research. Let us see in India, Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy. We all know about her. She was the first one to start the Cancer Institute in India. Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy was an educator, a surgeon, a lawmaker, and a social reformer from South India. The first Indian women legislator, a campaigner of women's rights in those days, where women were not allowed to come out for any purpose, and only kitchen or what you say அடுக்கலையில மாத்திரம்தான் இருக்கணும்னு ஒரு இருந்தது. She was the first one to say that yes, women needs to be educated, they have the rights to be educated, they are also have, or they have to be treated equally. So she was the first reformer of women's right. Then we have there are numerous persons in India who have created history. Only a few I'm just representing. Dr. Shanta. Recently, she passed away. Dr. Shanta, the chairman and executive chairman of Cancer Institute of Chennai, a Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan awardee doctor. She was renowned for her efforts making quality and affordable cancer treatment accessible to all. Everyone needs to be treated equally. That was her aim, and she did till her last breath. So that is about Dr. Shanta. And the first women officer of Indian Air Force, the wing commander, Dr. Vijayalakshmi Ramanan. She was 96 and she was the first officer who was I think in the year 1955, and she retired in 1979. So she's the first women Air Force officer. So there are many. So having this in mind, DBT, the Department of Biotechnology, celebrated Indian women in science, an incredible journey in the year 2019 in the during Women's Day in March 2019. And they released a souvenir celebrating Indian women in science, the incredible journey. This booklet showcases the inspiring stories of the women scientists who were featured in the exhibition. Dear participants, I'm providing you the link wherever I have taken this. You can come across this link and you can read the entire thing. Okay. So this incredible journey of Indian women, I have represented a few people here. So these are women who played a vital role in Indian history in all the fields of sciences, not only in one medical field. I think you know Dr. Anandi Joshi. Dr. Anandi Joshi was the first Indian female doctor of Western medicine. She was graduated in US. She was from Mumbai. She was graduated in US and she studied in US Medical College in 1886, and she returned to India for starting her medical career, but she lived for few years after that. Then comes yesterday, I think if you would have attended the inauguration day before yesterday or yesterday, Dr. Shanta Sheila Nair, madam, was telling about Tessie Thomas. So I think I can show the picture of Tessie Thomas. So Tessie Thomas, before that, I want to tell you of 3 women women who broke the glass ceiling. I told you one about Anandi Gopal Joshi. Another one is Kadambini Ganguly. She was from Kolkata, and she was the next female doctor after Joshi, but she graduated in the Kolkata University and started a medical career. Then comes E.K. Janagi Ammal, a South Indian basically. She was a botanist, and she was the first person to introduce the production of sugar from sugarcane. Then comes Airavati Karve. She's an anthropologist. So there are a lot of women who came after that, but I want to say a few words about these 4 women because they are the women who broke the glass ceiling. They came out in those days. They said they want to pursue their career. They wish and they came out with the flying colors. Though they lived for a short period of time, they created a niche which we are following today. Then after which there are a lot of women came. As I said, Tessie Thomas. Tessie Thomas is known as Missile Women. I think Madam informed us. She was the director of DRDO, and she was the first Indian woman to handle the missile thing or missile projects. Next comes I have arranged in order in such a way that you can understand about the women. Ritu Karidwal, this was also mentioned in the inaugural talk. Ritu Karidwal was the director of ISRO, and she's widely known as the Rocket Women. And next is M. Vanita, she's also from ISRO, handling the Professor D. Chandrayaan 2 linear mission project. Next is Ganguly, mentioned Gagandeep Gang. She is a microbiologist, especially she's a virologist from CMC Vellore, a Department of Gastroenterology. And next madam is Mangala Mani. Mangala Mani, she's very, very familiar because she was the only woman who stayed in Antarctica for about 403 days. That is more than a year she stayed in Antarctica. She is also from ISRO, a scientist. Then Chandrima Shaha, I think many of us know, she's an Indian biologist. Next comes Kamakshi Sivaramakrishnan. Kamakshi Sivaramakrishnan is the CEO of the Drawbridge Company, and she is the first Indian woman to start the industry and a private industry running successfully in US. So we have to understand that women already played a vital role and they are playing a role, and we need to understand our part in that, and we have to create a history in that. So these are few women whom I want to project about that. So women in science, from being minority or now occupying the most important position, once thought it is not unachievable. Once thought you cannot do that. Women cannot do that. Now we have proved, from winning Nobel Prize to heading NASA or anything, women scientists have created a history and their names are still there. So you cannot erase it. Names of women are there in each part of a research program. So that is not erasable. We are the ones, we need to identify our potential and talent and come out with that. So in India, science and tech remains a male dominating field like much of the world. This is same for global, not only in India, but there are few people who said that it is not only for male. Even if opportunity is given, we can also show our talent. So like Ritu and Chandrima and others who took a leading role in the organization of ISRO, DRDO, INSA, and initiated new projects with far-reaching results. So this is about the women in research. So I want to also say that Audrey Azoulay, she's the Director General of she spoke about this international role of women on the International Day last year, 2020. If we are able to address the enormous challenges of 21st century, starting from change in the climate to technological disruption, we will need to rely on science and the mobilization of all resources. It is for this reason that world must not be deprived of the potential, the intelligence, or the creativity of thousands of women who are the victims of deep-seated inequality and prejudice. There are still women with a wide knowledge and they have the potential to come out, but because of this inequality and prejudice, they are not allowed to. So on the International Day of Women and Girls in Science 2020, UNESCO is calling on the international community, states, and individuals to work together so that equality in sciences and other fields can finally become a reality. Humanity is everything to gain, and so does science. So why do you want to keep women away from science? We are also equal partners in providing all the solutions which we find in the society. So I measure the progress of the community by the degree of the progress which women have achieved. So a society is progressed only you measure it or evaluate it using a parameter how women have progressed. So this was quoted by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, which is an excellent quote. So this emphasizes the development or the role of women in all parts of science. As per latest, this is, I think yesterday I got this, as per the latest research and development statistics in 2019-20 of Department of Science and Technology, India has only 16.6% women researchers who are directly engaged in R&D activities. So it is 16.6 percentage. Don't we think the percentage is very low comparatively? So we will see what are the things that we have to assess in that. So women education, the most important way to improve lives and health of family and the society. The first and foremost thing what we should keep in mind is educate a girl child. Don't at all say that girl child need not be educated. So give a right to be educated. Why women? Yes, any doubt, ma? Okay. Why women needs to be educated? Educated women is the most powerful person. I can stand on my leg independently if I am educated, no matter what is the qualification. It is what I'm trying to tell you is to understand, read, and understand what is written on the paper that is given to you for a signature. For that, you need a women to be educated, empower with the ability to think if I'm well educated or I'm educated. It gives me the ability to think, to reason it out, to take appropriate decisions on the matter and protect from oppression. So that is why we say women needs to be educated. Position and other things comes later on. This is basic needs that helps us why women has to be educated. So each of us is different. My situation and my financial condition is different from yours. So everybody may not have the opportunity of educating ourselves. Maybe we would have completed 10th standard or 12th standard. Because of financial problem, we would have stopped. But no matter in the later on years, even if you cross 50 also, don't worry about that. You still have the opportunity to go to a particular college and get educated, whatever the degree you wish to learn. This is one particular thing which I saw, which is very, very, maybe I'll put
Sheila ma'am. Ma'am, you have muted your mic, ma'am. We could not hear you.
1 minute. Can you hear now?
Yeah, now it's good, ma'am. Now it's good.
1 minute, 1 minute. Okay.
Thank
You
you.
can hear me? You can hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Tangam.
Okay.
So this lady, Manju, Geeta Manjunath, went after 17 years and found that most of her classmates in her class are equal to or slightly older than her son. So initially she would have faced some difficulties, but the matter she thought was, yes, I need to be educated. I need to complete my PhD degree. That is how. This is one example which I want to say that age is not a criteria to say that I lost my age. I cannot go to college. I cannot do my PhD. No, you can do at any time. So despite the presence of such highly motivating women scientists in India, India's R&D workforce is only less than 15%. 15% women compared to the global average is 13% or 30% according to the National Task Force report, which was informed by President Ramnath Kovind while addressing a gathering on the scientists on the occasion of National Science Day. So the small percentage of women who study science go on very small. We all go to our BSc or BTech, whatever it is, then we do our post-graduation. Some stop in the undergraduation, some enter into post-graduation, some stop there. Only a very few go to their higher education. And among the few, you can count with fingers, only a very few can enter into the career which they like and they become successful. So that is the problem what we face today. So across the world, there are more men who are active in science. That is what you call STEM. Science, technology, engineering, medicine. Today, another term is also introduced, STEM, double M. STEM is science, technology, engineering, medicine, mathematics. Than women. What is the sociology behind this gender divide, which we'll see? Needs to reduce the gender gap in STEM jobs in India. Yes, we are all completing our PhD or research or whatever, every qualification is there, but still we are not able to get the jobs that we prefer. So about 43% of STEM graduates in India may be women, which is highest in the world. But STEM jobs in India is mere, women share the STEM jobs in India is only 14%. So most STEM graduates in India, either they find it difficult to cope up with that, so they enter into another career to pursue another career, or sometimes because of the family situation and personal problems or situations prevailing, they do not opt for any career. So what happens, whatever you learned, you are not using anywhere. So it is a waste of talent. So we are losing such candidates. So gender equality is important, not only from a business perspective, but it should be made a business priority by companies, says the Swedish science counselor Fanny Ohnheleden, where she gave a talk and she compared the Sweden, women in Sweden and women in India. There is you can come across this link to read that article. So STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, medicine. I'm including another M also. So science is everywhere. Technology is continuously expanding. We are in a situation to read daily the journals and what are the updates that is currently happening to equip ourselves and understand what is the technology being introduced today. Engineering, which is the basic design of roads and bridges, tackles the challenging of changing global weather and even bring environmental friendly changes to our home. Mathematics, it is in every part of our life. You cannot say that I don't know maths at all. So by exposing the students, especially girls, to STEM and giving them opportunities to explore the STEM related concept, definitely they will develop a passion towards the research or science and pursue a job in the STEM field. In a world that is quickly evolving and inclined towards the introduction of new technological things, stem cells would be of greater economic impact. So Shanta madam was telling that artificial intelligence was one field where women needs to explore to understand that we have to enter into the technology. Only few women are available. I think Dr. Puamal madam, I can see her, she is developing some AI things. So our Indian government is promoting initiatives such as Make in India, Skill India, Digital India to encourage manufacturing technology usage and skill development in the country. So STEM is an essential and integral part. Women can play a pivot role in the progress and sustainability of the world if they are empowered through education and employment opportunities in all these fields. Through changing the social stereotypes that restrain them in working in certain places. I cannot say in all places, in certain workplaces. The number of women graduates from universities with higher degrees, that is MPhil, PhD, even masters, is increasing, but why they are grossly underrepresented in the STEM field is a question that we need to analyze. So systemic barriers is a common thing that prevent women from pursuing whatever the research. See, I'm interested in research, but there are some problems which I face, which I need to give importance to that problem. So what happens, my research oriented career comes down and I cannot give much importance to that, so I need to satisfy that. So gender disparities exist in employment, in academics, in promotion, in the seniority, in funding opportunity, publications, everywhere, which everyone should understand. The higher authorities should understand about that. So worldwide, women are underrepresented in the first and last authorship. I gave this because most women, when I took a survey of the questions, which I'll give you later, most women said this is a common problem that they are facing, the first and the last authorship. And in multiple authorship, women represent less than 1/3 of the authors in publication. So that is one parameter which has to be given importance. So we must encourage girls to study science and become a scientist. So you need to bring the science to the laboratories. Simple experiments. We teachers have to tell them that these are the things that the world needs us. So you are the one who should change, bring an innovation. We have to bring science into the primary and the secondary classrooms and explain really to the student what happens in a laboratory so that they will understand the reality of the science. The participation of women in science and technology can contribute to increasing innovation, quality, and competitiveness of scientific and industrial research, and needs to be promoted. In order to reach the target of 25% women in leading positions in public sector research, policies should be implemented and progress should be monitored. Further, networking and availability of EU data are essential. This was given by European Commission, which was created as a roadmap for equality between women and men. So now I have given you one phase where there are women already in research, they are representing in research. So we are not the beginners, we have to follow it. So what makes us, some of us, not all of us, some of us have some problems that we'll see now. So the second phase, we are moving into the problems. So problems is common to all. We all have problems. It is differed only in handling. If you are smart enough, it gives you knowledge. Accept the failure, understand the mistake, learn from the mistakes. I think you will definitely not fail again. If you are covered, it gives you failure. So try to solve the problem and come out with a clear solution that will help you to move forward in your life. So the second phase we are moving into is, what are the challenges that women face especially women face in the research, because madam has given a topic on role of women in research. I felt that this would help even me and others to understand about that.
Favorite
So
topic, ma'am.
so whatever it is, let us say I'm talking about the research, we are all common working women. Yes, we are all working women. Let us put in that phrase and we will see what are the problems. So I want to divide it into two, that is problems facing in the workplace, problems in the family. Let us divide this into two ways. One, in the workplace, I know it is gender bias, especially when coming to the motherhood. I'm not talking about all the organization. I'm giving you a general thing regarding the maternity leave, mental and physical harassment that a women faces, unequal pay, leadership, and so many problems they face in the working place. But when comes to a family part, the role of a woman is making her to do more of what to say work, that is they have multiple roles and each role has to be satisfied. So when you're satisfying each role, what happens is that you don't have time to satisfy yourself. So there is a loss of self satisfaction happening, which has happened to me also. So family duties, so as I said, you are a daughter-in-law, you are a daughter, you are a mother, a wife, and so many roles, sister. So what happens, every time you want to go, you want to satisfy everything, ultimately what happens, you don't think about yourself. That is the problem we face. Then the time balance, especially when compensating between the professional and the personal life. Then the responsibility of a mother. So motherhood, we cannot sacrifice, we cannot do anything. We need to, because it is a wonderful role that Almighty has given us. So I never like to compromise on that. Then business tools and training. Suppose you are in a position where you need to attend a conference, or you need to present a paper, or you need to train yourself to upgrade for the next position. Sometimes there may be problems in the family for not allowing you to take all these things. So there comes a hindrance where you may not be promoted to the next level, or you may not have sufficient participation in the conferences in the international and national. So the mobility is one thing which we need to understand. Then health and fitness. So I think most of us are women. Even if there are men, there is no problem. For me, I want to tell this because health and fitness. So we are women, we have two phases in our life as far as medicine is concerned. When the start of the menarche to the menopause, we have problems in each part of our life. So when the women comes to the perimenopause and then to postmenopause life, there are problems she faces. So ultimately what happens is that our hormones are balancing comes down, the estrogen hormone comes down. So we face lot of problems like osteoporosis, simple things what I'm telling you, your knee pain and all those things happens. So health and fitness has, we are losing it because we don't have time to understand our body, take care of that. So no, to tell you, I want to frankly tell you now, only now I find sufficient time to do my exercises regularly. So at 50 plus, I'm thinking about myself. Maybe I lost all my early part. I didn't have time to think about. Now, because of certain problems which I face, I think that I need to be taken care of, because if I am going to be bedridden, there is no one to take care of me. So till this is what we think when we have when we are entering into that part. So health and fitness is very important, my dear participants. We should also take care of ourselves. That is very essential to support our family, because our health is there, we can support them, we can do a lot of work, we can manage all those things. If we are deficient even in our vitamins, For example, calcium or vitamin D, we are going to face some problems associated with bone and muscle weakness. So please take care of your health. So this is what a common working women face, both sides. So this is a paper. Please come across this paper, which was written by Fatima FN and her authors. Challenging and coping strategies faced by the female scientist, a multicentric cross-sectional study. Please come across this paper, because I found this one paper was able to understand what are the problems and what are the strategies. Now, if you see, this is nothing but a figure that is representing responses are not mutually exclusive. So this is, they have come across so many women and they have studied about that. This is coping strategies. What are the coping strategies female take to come across this? And this figure 3, I want to project and give time for this, because happiness with, are you happy with the way in a career has progressed till now? Only 40% has said yes, and maybe 36% because they are in dilemma, they do not know, and 24% no. So this yes is the one which says that I'm happy in my profession. So let us now find a solution. Now I have projected all the problems. What are the things that we can develop in us to cope up all these problems? So what is the plan that we can develop? So a 3-factor model can be introduced, where knowledge, skill, and behavior can be created both in the family as well as in your working place. So a judicious blend of 3 factors, knowledge, behavior, and skill, will enable the working women to strike a healthy work-life balance. Knowledge in the family to understand yourself, in the organization also, then in other environment tasks I have just projected out. Skills, peacekeeping, share feeling, networking, behavior, relationship, social, informal. So all these things, if you see in the family and work, if you are using these factors in a right way at a right place, I think we can succeed in that. So self-motivation and hard work will help a female scientist to overcome challenges, maintaining work-life balance, improving or taking care of childcare responsibilities, time management issues can be sorted out. Organizational factors is reflective learning, coaching, career counseling, even mentoring will help us. Individual factors, that is what I told you, which is very important. Self-esteem, self-efficacy, and career adaptability. Women who are in this platform, please understand career adaptability is very, very important. That you can do only if you understand about yourself, your potential, then only you can do that. The most commonly employed coping strategy is support for childcare, where I told you, you can suppose if your in-laws are not able to take care or your parents are not able to take care, approach those places, authentic places, who will support for the childcare services, support at the workplace, and support in the family, household management, childcare facilities, flexible work times will definitely help the fellow female researchers to achieve the work-life balance. That is intrinsic factors, I told you, self-motivation and confidence, dedication. Extrinsic factors are these things. If you do these things, it will improve your stress. That is, it will not de-stress you out, because stress is, remember, stress is one factor that shows a direct impact on your health, because it doesn't allow your metabolism to occur in a normal pattern. So your sleep wake rhythm will be affected even though you have a proper diet. Because of stress, There will be even abnormality in the absorption pattern, digestion pattern also. So these factors, if you're going to follow in a proper way, both intrinsic and extrinsic, will help your work-life balance to be better, and you can create or you can increase the productivity in your research career. So for which I felt that mentoring is vital, because I didn't have any mentor. Maybe if there is a mentor, they would have even helped me to come out. So mentoring is very essential for a success. Select a good advisor. Don't ever, remember, don't ever discuss your problem with a third person. If you feel that he or she can help you alone, you need to discuss your personal problems. Select a mentor who had been trained in mentor skills. Select a mentor who can help you to balance in scientific and personal life. Build a peer group, which is very important, because when you cross your 45, you will need this. Build a peer group to support you within your career, and become a good mentor later on to help other women also. Become a role model to help the young girls to choose science as a career, because science is coming down as a subject. Science is coming down, so we need to support that also. Surround yourself with a positive minded people. This is one which I follow in my life. I just eliminate the negative people around me. Even it maybe they are my relatives also, I keep them at a distance, because I need only a support. I never need a sympathy from anyone. So that always demotivates us. So this is one we can do it. So I thought I can tell you a little about my personal life, which will help you to understand that motherhood is also important, but that will not be a hindrance for our career development. I'm a women research person, who have I have two children. One is normally is an engineer working in a IT industry, is a manager. My second son is a special need child, a Down child. So when he was born, though I am a medical person, I know all the things, but I do not know what happened. Let us not go in that. So I have a child who was born with Downs. So a special need child requires utmost help, support to come up. Otherwise, you cannot. So I was in the peak of my career, where I had only two things, either to live or die. But I never like to take the second option, because I'm a strong follower of Bhagavad Gita. So I thought as to live and face the challenge. Let me face it, what come, let me face it. Then I took a break in my career for 2 years. I learned all the modules of special need learning. I took my child to all those things. Today, he completed his 12th standard in a normal school with a peer group, secured 60% with the help of a scribe. And now I'm helping in computers. He is going to join in diploma in computer application. So this is not to project me, but to project a mother who fails in certain things, but there is a way to come up. So this many parents has asked me to write a book, but I've written an article in LinkedIn for the US Parents of Down Syndrome Society, how I came across, what are the modules I've introduced on my own to make my child enter into the learning thing. So that is about the thing which I have projected here. So we need to change the statistics to increase the percentage of women scientists at higher levels, and make sure that every woman can advance without sacrificing motherhood, because we can. That is what we need to understand. So we gave a talk recently about, both me and my son, we gave a talk to all the parents who are suffering, all the special need parents, how to come about it. So apart from all these problems, whatever I faced, maybe I lost my health. That is one thing which we all, because we need to do the duties and we forget about ourselves. I did many research work, and one of the research work entered the patent, and we have we innovatively we discovered a diabetic foot ulcer wound dressing material, a nano developed product which is in patent. You can find these papers, about 10 publications I did in this, along with Dr. Sneha Paul, who was my co-investigator. So this is about this product. Not much I want to tell you. So this, whatever I faced, I framed as a questionnaire. What are the challenges faced by women, and how did you overcome, and how do you balance the family and professional life? I took a survey, and my international friend, she is Dr. Ji Hee Kim from South Korea, a president of Rohit Healthcare. She's my close friend, and she is now the president. I gave her, and because we work together in the research project called 3D bioprinting technology and diabetic foot ulcer. So she has given so many things. It is very difficult to read because Puamal ma'am will not give me time for all this. So you can, what are the common things? So she's not married, so her problem is different. So what she faces in the international globally, when women is representing something, they do not hear much. So she made it a point wherever she goes that she defends her work, and she is creating a global history in that. So she's working more than 24 hours, bringing being my self-confidence. That is what even I told you. My self-confidence is one thing we have to. And also her strategy I like very much about her is she prepares many plans, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and etc. So that one fails, she will not immediately come, what to say, she will not stress it out. She says, okay, plan A is not working, let us try plan B. So the work will progress continuously, there will be no hindrance in the work. So that is the pattern that I adapted from her. Keeping health both mentally and physically, using sufficient teamwork and working together with a good leadership, and balancing family and professional life by keeping time, the allotting time for each and everything. That is what she told me. And Dr. S. Ramya, she's the assistant professor, Department of Pharmacology, Ramachandra Medical College, and she's working with me in the ethical committee, and she's the head of serious adverse event in the ethical committee. She was the one who said that the biggest challenge is facing work and family, and second challenge is what I projected earlier, is bias during publication. That is one thing which we need to consider. There are a couple of special grants for women, but what happens is that some we are losing it because of the age cutoff. So we should be more exclusive in funding for women irrespective of age. So there are few women who inform me that if government says that age is not a thing for funding or for grant proposal, that will be helping them to come out in the research. Another challenge is hesitancy to collaborate with women, because men feel that we not be able to prove ourselves due to multiple commitments, and trying best to balance the work and family. This is the what she said. And Dr. Geetanjali Radhakrishnan, I'm mentioning this girl again because she's the head of Adivo Diagnostics. She's from IIT and then from Shastra. She developed a product called Eliminate. I think Madam knows about that. It is an artificial intelligence product. I took the clinical trial of this product. Now she's entering into the European market to get her FDA approval. So in spite of that, she also has a family, she has a child. So what happens is that sometimes the partner will be helping. In some cases we have some difficulties in partner helping. It is we need to try to speak with them and plan a strategy according to the situation that you are facing. And she's Dr. Menaka Mahendran, who is introduced now into the vaccines, and she's one of the person who is working in the Women Biotech Park. She's a good business woman with many products in hand, working internationally. So spending more time in labs is a common thing that is happening. So she's losing because she's entering into the business also. There is some problem, but she's balancing with a routine family work, she says. This is from an academician and a resource person, a good friend of mine. She doesn't want to reveal her name, but she said that to some extent, expectation of family to be compromised by having conversation openly and making family members are understanding our expectation and requirement. I don't think I could contribute equally in both. Thanks to the family members compromise, understanding and helping, I always have the tendency of prioritizing the work. So this is to tell you that every woman, if you ask, they have their own plan. So it is your plan that is going to suit in your situation. Even though 100 of advices and other things are given, you can take all those advices, but you need to develop your own strategy and plan to come out of all these things. The third phase we are moving into. Madam, I have time. Time is there, Dr. Tangam? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What are the opportunities that are available in India? I'm not taking globally because that becomes another talk. Like, so available in India for a female scientist. So this is one we need to understand and explore. The she in science. I like this term, the she in science. So how can we include ourselves? First one is the sub power, and this is a scheme which is introduced of late. Yesterday also I went through it. The Science and Technology Minister, Dr. Harshavardhan, launched this sub power scheme, which aims to encourage emerging as well as eminent women researchers to undertake R&D activities. The scheme will promote women researchers in regular service, academic research institution to take up R&D activity. They have two ways. One is sub-power fellowship, sub-power research grants. Please come across this. I have provided a link at the bottom. Go through the link to understand if it fits you to apply for that. So you have sub-power fellowship and sub-power grants. Then that same thing only, I think I have represented why this is why what I want to say here is the scheme was mainly aimed to mitigate gender disparity in science and engineering programs in Indian academic institution and R&D laboratories. So it is exclusively for the women to uplift the lower participation of women in research activities and identify the support services that can be given to women researchers throughout the country. So come across this, please find out if it is suitable for you. Kiran scheme, I think I went across this yesterday. This Kiran Fellowship scheme is one we can apply. It is a DST scheme. Just a minute, I think I found it yesterday. Yes, Kiran provides career opportunities for unemployed women scientists and technologists, especially those who have a break in the career for pursuing their research. So if a woman is qualified and if she has a break in the career, she can take this Kiran scheme, knowledge involvement in research advancement through nurturing scheme by DST. So this is available in the DST website. And then we know WOS A, B, and C is available, which I think I can okay, it comes later. Okay, WOS scheme is there under Kiran, that is which provides career opportunities, including fellowships to unemployed women scientists. Then you have Curie, consolidation of university research through innovation and excellence in women universities. Program only in women universities are being supported for the development of research, infrastructure, and creation for the state-of-art research laboratories to increase the participation of the women in science and technology domain. Another scheme is mobility scheme. Remember, I told you in the family life, one of the problem what we are facing is traveling. There is a hindrance to travel while presenting the paper or participation in the conference, etc. So this mobility scheme under Kiran addresses the relocation issues of working women scientists and promotes or provides the subject will be supported in the project mode for about 2 to 5 years. Then you have Indo-US Fellowship for Women in STEM. That is what I told you, AAM, mathematics and medicine. So science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine encourages Indian women scientists and technologists to undertake any collaborative research. Suppose you are working, for example, I'm working in a podiatric issues, that is in diabetic foot ulcer. I can identify a person abroad in some universities who is also working in the same thing. So have a collaboration with the institution for a duration of 3 to 6 months. That is this is the WOS scheme. I think many of the women knows about that. WOSA, WOSB and WOSC. According to your situation and your qualification, you can apply in any of the schemes. And please come across, most of the schemes are throughout the year. Anyway, you should come across the link to understand what is the necessity for this. Apart from this, the new one which I found yesterday was Women Entrepreneur Quest, WEQ program, was initiated by DST in partnership with Anita Borg Institute, USA, for scouting and supporting the women entrepreneurs in technology. So people in technology can have a look at that. There are already 42 startups have been supported so far, and 21 supports have grown to the next level. And next one is, apart from WEQ, you have WEE, WEE, which is nothing but Women Entrepreneurship Empowerment Foundation Program, along with IIT Delhi, supporting the DST to strengthen the women ecosystem in the entrepreneurship. Then you have WSP, which is nothing but Women Startup Program of DST in partnership with Goldman Sachs, aims to support ambitious and innovative women in the entrepreneurs by involving them and transforming their ideas. That is, if you have an idea of a product which has to undergo a translation. Basically, I'm a translation person, so I'm telling you about that. If you have an idea, you can develop into a product. So this product has to go to the market, an idea into the venture, into a business. You can apply for this. They give you fund in different phases. And apart from this, you have BioCare. This I think most of us know. Biotechnology Career Advancement and Reorientation Program, BioCare, to encourage the women scientists in biotech research. And also there is one more thing which has been introduced, is National Award for the Women Scientists in the field of Earth System Sciences by Ministry of Earth Sciences has been initiated. This is a special award which is introduced. One women scientist will be awarded each year in that particular field. Okay, so these are the few things that I want to tell you. And apart from that, what I have projected here is Vignan Jyoti program that is launched by DST to build confidence among the girl students. Then girl students to pursue the STEM career. Then because girls entering into the mathematic fields especially is found to be very less, to motivate that, this program is introduced. Then you have Kalpana by Vignan Shala International, is an online program to kindle the spirit of innovation and scientific temperament. To, as a result, the young STEM leaders will inspire the girls to take up the STEM career. So this is one of the program that is being introduced. Then Vignan Shala Kalpana, a program that is aimed in the STEM field to create a self-sustaining and uplifting a community of women in support who can support each other through a 7-week mentoring program. So if you are a good mentor, you can apply for this Vignan Shala Kalpana. This is also one thing where we need to explore, because if you have come across so many experiences and now you're self-confident, you can become a mentor for the young budding people and help them to come out. That is called Vignan Shala Kalpana. On National Science Day, Indian women scientists stress on better support, fair policies in research. So this was the study published in Journal Plus One in 2018, PLOS. Okay, so you can come across this where 29, not 28, 29.8% of all the authors, research authors, and 33.1% of the first 31.8% of the co-authors and last authors were women. So there are women now feel that we need to publish. And from my experience, I'm telling you, if you are doing something really innovative and you have produced some results which you want to show your scientific community that I'm into this research activity, try to publish at that moment itself. Do not be a late entry, because the field is competitive and each day we are updating ourselves. So as soon as you find some data available in your program, in your research activity, spend some time, write an article, try to publish to the research community globally, that tell them that I have done this work, and you defend your work. Definitely it will be published. And even if it is rejected, see all the queries, what you made a mistake, rectify the queries, publish it again to show that you are there in this field. So enter into a small space, find a niche in that place. That is very important. So publication is very important, my dear participants, for a women to be there in the research. Not only to women, for anyone in research, publication is important. Another study is about the IP, Intellectual Property Office, that only 13% of the patent is done by women. So that is one of the field. I'll show you one clipping which is available. Research institution around the world have 28.4% women employees. Indian research institutions have been unable to create this. So women make up only 14% out of 2.8 lakh scientists, engineers, and technologists in R&D in institution in India. So while the number of women enrolling in science is increasing steadily, but the number of women entering into the workplace is not balanced. That means what? The number of women who's learning is not equally balanced in the workplace. That means there are dropouts. So this suggests women are either not willing to continue in science jobs or not being provided to do so. So not willing to continue may not be the reason of the women, may be due to the situation that she's coming across. So why the presence of Indian women in science is low? That is because research is not a 9 to 5 job. Say coming into the lab at 9 o'clock, signing the attendance, starting your work. I want to move at 5. No, sometimes my results, sometimes my experiments will get over by 9 o'clock. And if I'm not able to do that, again, I have to repeat it into the next day. If my results are not coming or not pleasing, I have to repeat the experiment, because I know very well that science research is an area where always I cannot create a positive things. Negative things happen. Even if the negative things are happening, if the research, you are getting a concurrent things happening, project that negative things also to defend your research. So be bold enough to do that. So 9 to 5 is not the research demanding job. Sometimes it may be late also. So working in these routine hours, especially, okay, I need to come on Saturday to work it again when, so or in Sunday. So what happens? Immediately your family will on Sunday also you want to go for a job. So that means there is some problem with that is happening, because it is not like that. Families also, your children will be expecting you to be there at least one day with you. That is also demanding. You need to support them. Then, as I told you, there are many roles. Maternity and child care is the important reason, which I observed through many analysis that I have done because of the break of the work. And fellowships and awards are restricted by age limit. So if government helps us that even this many age or age is not a criteria, because after 60 anyway we are not going to enter into that. So you can create that change in the age limit, so that women may enter into the research after 45 also, or even after 50 also, after her children, or after she has fulfilled the responsibility. She may feel that I need to work in research, so we need to help them. A women who take time to have one or more, one or two, not more, one or two children would find it very difficult to stay competitive to win this fellowship. For example, many academic campus, this is one thing which many women just inform me about to represent this. For example, hiring faculty below the age of 35 years. This age limit, what happens, reduces the opportunity for the women who had a break in the career, especially when they are competing with the men. So research has shown that women are less mobile. That is what I told you. Mobility is a great issue, and less collaborative. They couldn't make an international collaboration. That hampers the scientific progresses. Then comes what I told you earlier, is in the innovations, especially coming to the patent level. So they found that women entering into the patent is very, very less. Less than 1/5 of the inventors are in the international patent application were women. It has taken 25 years for this share to double from 9.9% in 1995 to 18.7% in 2019. Remember, if this is going to continue, then I think we will not even reach 50% after several years. So as I told you, if your product is innovative, if your product feels to be some benefits to the society, either in the health sector or any sector, try to, you alone cannot. Then I want to tell you another thing also. Teamwork is at most important. A multidisciplinary team should be coined, and take this product from the innovative level to the what to say, from the bench to bedside. What I say is the translation research. Make it as a patent entry, prove it in the patent history. Your name should be there, so that you will be satisfied that some work that you have done has been recognized. Maybe for me it took 50, you can do it in 40. It depends on the individual. So what is the reason for this gender disparity? Is that only few women are entering into the STEM field, and few women take up the research activity. And out of all these, what we analyzed is biotechnology is the one that has more female inventors. Comes the pharmaceutical field. Very least is the electrical engineering. Even if you ask me, max is very difficult for me. So like me, there may be many women who feel it is very difficult to enter into the engineering thing. So if you are entering into the innovative or patent, what are the advantages is that you can register under Startup India. A patent filed or published in the Journal of Indian Patent Office can be used to register. So if you have registered a patent, and if the product is really innovative, and if you are given a patent number, you can claim this and you can start your own thing, register under MSME and go for Startup India. Then section 11(5) BBF provides concessional rate for taxation at 10% on royalty income in respect for the exploitation of patents. So please come across this section to understand what are the facilities that are available. IPR, including patent and trademark, can be pledged as collateral in loan agreement also. These are some of the benefits if you have a patent in your hand. Okay, so I think I have discussed. The last part is only a few points that I want to tell you is the current scenario. Now, the current scenario is we are into a situation of COVID pandemic from last 2019. We had faced many situations, especially during the second pandemic wave. We lost many lives, and many of us lost jobs. Many of us were not able to support the family. The income is lost. So many problems we faced in the current scenario. Even people who are in the higher position in the IT sector were asked to go out of the job, so many lost the jobs. So ultimately, this had led to a large scale job loss across these industries. So, as the world tried to grapple with the pandemic, what it meant for business, the next thing is what I told you earlier is career adaptability is one thing you need to understand. You suppose you lost a job due to this situation, analyze what you can do next. That means understand your potential and enter into a field that is called career adaptability in this current situation. So technology became a savior. We all know now we are in the technological era. Teachers who are in this group, we were taking classes only using Blackboard. We were practiced in that, but the current scenario is they made us to take on Jamboards and online classes and everything. So you learn technology, so the situation made us to change. We adapted it. Digital era, what I can say is we all upgraded ourselves. So the one character which you have to understand is ability to switch careers is the need of the hour in COVID times. Suppose you have lost a job. So that is how I entered into my service sector. When my husband is a biomedical person, he had an organization. I registered a service sector and I started my own clinical research consultancy as a service thing. I'm doing patents, I'm doing copyrights, everything I'm doing at this point using my expertise, and I'm doing this work. So it doesn't stop. I'm projecting this to tell you that there are ways for us to come out. Don't say that, "Oh, you what should I do? There I lost my things. There is no way at all." No, there will be a way. Sit, relaxly, think about what and all you can do. Jot it out in a paper. Choose. You jot it out 20 to 30. Choose at least three in that. Do some base work for that. Prepare a plan and then enter. Definitely there is a way for you to come out. So that is how I just found a way for myself. I am a consultant for many hospitals for clinical research. Then I sat and thought, during COVID times I was not able to go to the hospital because all were COVID centers. I was doing my COVID trial, but since my son is a special needs son, I don't want to expose myself often. So I came across this and I started like this. So we have so many services which I'm projected here. So don't ever think that this is the end. There is no end until our last breath. So women's presence in the sciences advantages for the society at large. In addition to women bringing in a gentler and more humane perspective to scientific research necessary for sustainable development, loss of women power from science is a major loss for the trained resource, which can be difficult to compensate even in financial terms. So a point that society and the policy makers should understand and should remember and incorporate women in all sectors of our society. Definitely we will prove, if opportunity is provided, we also will prove that we are the best. So enjoy the research that you are doing. Be passionate about that. Don't compare yourself with another person at all. Never ever compare. You compare yourself with you. That alone will help you to improve. You are comparing with another person, it is the problem that you're going to start. So please don't ever do that. So any questions, you can find me in the following email IDs. And at this point, try to take or give importance to a system in the sense I always talk about the health. So your health is important. சுவர் இருந்தால்தான் சித்திரம் வரைய முடியும்னு நம்ம பெரியவங்க சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. So take care of your health because the family is dependent on you. And during this COVID situation, let us boost our immune system by taking proper diet, doing regular exercises, removing stress from our body, enjoying the life, doing things that makes you happy. I always have a passion for plants. So my place is very small. So I did terrace garden. When I go up, I have a certain happiness which it cannot be measured. So I stay there, I speak with the plants. That is my happiness. So like that, you have to create your own thing which you feel very happy. Life is important for us. COVID has taught many lessons. So we do not know what is going to happen the next second. So enjoy every moment of life. Don't ever grumble for things. And don't ever think of your past. Past always kills you. Think about the present, how you can carry it for your future. Thank you, Dr. Puamal madam, and our organizing team, Dr. Ramya, Dr. Tangam, Professor Srimati, for providing me an opportunity. Maybe this
Before
is
they take the session, really it was like you are a biologist, you are a researcher, and I'll say you are a motivational speaker, ma'am. Right from the 9:30, it was like with full enthusiasm, and the way in which you are giving, definitely audience, and the way in which the chat messages are coming to me, they are very much impressed. The way in which you are telling, definitely we would like to take some questions from the audience, ma'am.
Definitely, madam.
Yeah. Shalini,
Yes, ma'am.
you can unmute. Yeah.
Namaskar, ma'am. This is Shalini.
Yes.
First of all, thank you so much, ma'am. When you were talking about challenges faced by women, I really thought that a mother is advising to her daughters. It was like this. Second thing, when you talked about challenge, and one more thing, ma'am, about you, that you have not only shared your slides and presentations with us, you have slide a part of yourself also with us, that what you should do and how should you do. That can be advised, by someone who really cares for you.
Shalini, once you face failures, and when there is no one to support you and you come up on your own, these failures are your strengthening abilities. It gives you ample mental and physical strength. Now I am in the platform of advising because I came across that. That is the only difference, Shalini.
I understand, ma'am, because at an early age, you know that I have also faced something, a tragedy in my life. But I learned after 8 years that it's a part of life.
It's a part of life.
It comes in everybody's, everybody faces it. Everybody has some kinds of problems.
Yes.
This
Some phases at an early age, some phases in the later age, it differs. But whenever you're facing, just you need to overcome by yourself. Nobody will help you, dear. I learned because nobody can support me. I know that I only have to come up. Let it be whatever may be. Even when my society, that is, I'm telling you, the first society is my relation. When they compared my elder son and the younger son, and they said that's such a I don't want to give all these comments. I just thought that how I should come about. I took my child to all the places wherever I go to understand that he is a part of a society. Today, my child can go to bank and draw the amount. I have told him how to do it. So don't bother about all these things. It will happen. You cannot stop it. You have to come up. That's all. I think, Shalini, if there are any questions, you can ask me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I was just talking about your PPT. It was very useful, ma'am.
Thank you.
And I hope you are going to share it with us after the presentation. Just one thing is there, you were talking about WEQ, WEE, WSP. So can these also be included in the PPT
She has
so that
prepared all that, and she attended from the inaugural, and she added points whenever she gets new things. So that is how she wants to give all that. Ma'am, we will, with ma'am's permission, whatever she gives to us, definitely we will send it to you. Anyway, the recording will be shared with all the participants as per AACTS. Okay, ma'am? Shalini ma'am, that will be given to you the very first thing. And this, whatever she can give it to us, we will share it with you, consolidated with all the speakers' content. We will send it to you. Is that fine?
Yeah, I think I can share my PPT, ma'am. That's not an issue. I think for that question is Shalini can go to Press Information Bureau, Government of India, Ministry of Science and Technology, which is posted on 2nd February 2021 to understand the WEQ and WEE other things.
okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shalini.
If you have asked for your mail IDs, ma'am, can we share that too?
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am, you can share it, ma'am.
Yeah. Thanga, can you please post it in the chat box?
You
Ma'am,
want me?
I'll make it. Yes,
You
ma'am,
want-
I'll make
Well,
it.
she will make it. She will give, ma'am. She will give.
Okay.
Yeah. Ruma Dev, ma'am, you can talk.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
It
Rumi.
was really a very wonderful session, but I just had a query from my side. I had started my research work, but unfortunately, like it happens in some families, I did not get a support from my in-laws family, so I had to leave in between. Like even my synopsis was completed. That is, now can I start?
Sure, you can start, ma'am.
I'm 50 years now.
You can start. I'm telling you, age is not a bar. I'm 54. So don't worry about the age. Whatever, please look into for a guide who can support you. You have to do it. Please take my email ID. After you complete it, please do give me a message. I have completed my PhD. Ruma, you have to complete it. Don't leave it. It's a challenge
Yeah,
for you.
that's what. Now my son has grown up also, so now I'm strong enough to take up this challenge. Now I've learned to fight against odds. That's
Yes.
what. After listening from you, I'm really feeling that I should get back. But unfortunately, my
should.
guide had also expired, so I have to now search.
You can search it. There is a provision. You can search it, Rupa. That there is you can even talk with that particular person that you are familiar or expertise in this particular field. It is only between that person and you have a discussion. Do it now. This is the challenge that you are doing before your son gets married.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Good morning, ma'am. This is Dr. Jafronisha, JNTU College of Engineering, JNTU University, Kalikiri.
Okay, Zafranisha.
From the beginning, itself, you played a song, ma'am. I very much impressed, and I am enriched, strengthened, and so many.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, that was a participant's feedback. I have to thank that participant yesterday. Anyway, I'm just tracing out who is that participant.
Durga.
They gave a feedback. No, Durga Shad. She is our team member.
Okay.
Based on the participants' feedback, we wanted to fill the gap. Even though the chief guest was there, that 9:30 till 9:30 we wanted to wait. So at that time, it was played, and thanks to Durga even for selecting the beautiful song. Yeah. Anyway, Sheila ma'am, for starting from that presentation, she also made wonderful start, and throughout the session she was very enthusiastic, and everyone was impressed. Yes, ma'am. Please continue. Sorry.
My words you spoken, ma'am. What I can now. Okay. Yeah, ma'am. Your speech is very, I thoroughly enjoyed and strengthened myself. In my campus or my university, what I had is a dynamic lady. Even now, some fellows, especially even ladies, also jealous from our development. Yes. We are working to reach our college goals or what university goals. Even now, we are taking. Madam, Telugu vastunda? Telugu telusa?
Telusandi. Cheppandi.
మేడం మనము ఇలా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఈవెన్ మనలో ఉండే మన ఉమెన్ కమ్యూనిటీనే మనల్ని ఓర్వలేరు, సంథింగ్ లైక్ దట్. అలా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనం ఏమవుతున్నాము అంటే మేడం కొంచెం వెనక్కి వెళ్ళిపోయే పరిస్థితి, కొంచెం డిసప్పాయింట్మెంట్ అలా ఉన్నప్పుడు నేనైతే ఏం చేస్తాను అంటే మేడం ఒక ఒక నిమిషం గ్యాప్ తర్వాత నాకు ఏమనిపిస్తుంది అంటే నో, నేను ఫైట్ చేయాలి, ఇట్లా కాదు అని చెప్పి చాలా అసలు సెల్ఫ్ మోటివేషన్ తో చేస్తూ ఉంటాను. సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుందంటే ఇంత చదువుకొని ఇంత చేస్తూ మనం కమ్యూనిటీకి ఎంత సేవ చేస్తున్నప్పటికీ గుర్తించకపోగా విమర్శలు, వెనక్కి లాగే ప్రయత్నం, మరి ఎంత వెనక్కి లేగే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తుంటే మనం అంత ముందుకెళ్ళే అంత స్ట్రెంగ్త్ తెచ్చుకొని అలా ముందుకు వెళ్ళిపోవాలి అనే ఒక గోల్ తో నేను వెళ్తుంటాను మేడం. అందులో మీరు ఇచ్చిన ఈ రోజు నాకు అసలు చెప్పలేనంత ఆనందం, ఎనర్జీ వచ్చేస్తుంది బాగా. ఈవెన్ స్కూల్ డేస్ నుంచి వెన్ వీఆర్ ఇన్ స్కూల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మేబీ మనం ఇలాంటి ఒక ఇది ఉంటే మోటివేషన్ అని కాదు. ఇప్పుడు బీయింగ్ ఎన్ ఉమెన్ వర్కింగ్ ప్లేస్ లో ఉన్న ఈ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్స్ ని ఎలా ఓవర్కమ్ చేయాలి, దాని నుంచి వెనక్కి పోకుండా ముందుకెళ్ళి గోల్స్ ని ఎలా మన స్టాండ్ మనం ఎలా చూపించాలి అనేది ఇది ఎవ్రీడే మనలాంటి వాళ్ళకి ఎస్పెషల్లీ మీలాంటి ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ అనేది చాలా ఉపయోగకరం మేడం. So I am very much thankful and I am very happy. Throughout lecture I enjoyed thoroughly, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you so much.
There is a query from another participant. You are supposed to act as a translator now because she wants to know what she talked.
Okay. No, ma'am, what she said is she enjoyed my speech because she's facing some problems in her university.
Okay.
Even women is creating problem. Sometimes these problems when she faces, she wants to tell, she wants to fight. But after that, a minute she relaxes and she sits down and she says that after going through such a great qualification which I have, I should not do it. I should fight it in such a way that not to create problems but to come out with the flying colors. So she is also facing all these problems from the school to this. See, Zafrunisha or anyone, whatever she spoke in Telugu is, I can understand Telugu, I can speak, but not I'm a fluent person. I am born and brought up in Chennai. Because my friends are Telugu, I know very well. What Zafrunisha faces is almost all the ladies are facing. Even if you ask Puammal or Dr. Tangam or anyone,
Yeah, exactly,
everybody is facing this. Only I'm telling you is, don't ever think of fighting with anyone at all, because that wherever you're doing that, your image gets spoiled. Just smile at them. Just one beautiful smile you give. Move from that area. And you start it in such a way that you do your work, they will also understand that hindering this women will not create anything in her. She will not have any problem, because hindrance is what to create a problem in you, so that you will identify the problem, spend the time in the problem, creating a solution. Then that time they will come up. Instead of that, leave all those things, keep it aside, have it in mind, keep it in your mind.
Yes.
What they said, work for it, but smile at them and move away, so that your time is not wasted, your energy is not wasted, your health is not shattered. So this is what you need to learn.
Yeah.
Don't jump at them, don't create any misunderstandings. Learn, all these are learning. At home itself, we are not able to control your children at all times. Where can we control, or not even to say the control word should not be used. So each one will have their own things. Understand and move away, but same time keep this in mind and work for that. Prove that you are there. That is what you take time in proving yourself. That's all. Yes,
Great
ma'am.
wording, ma'am. great
Ma'am,
words.
ma'am.
Yeah.
One second, madam, one second. In this context, I want to add one more thing. Sometimes it is needed, it is necessary to give a slap them with our work, and at the same time with our words also.
That
Because
is what.
they don't dare to enough dare to talk like that. And the thing is, I am doing like this, madam,
Yes.
because I am working very hard and very fruitfulness work I am doing. At the same time, these fellows like this, and I am backing by words also, so that they're afraid of me also. So that is also necessary for us, because when we are walking, when we are going to do something work related issues, they need not to barrier for us, so
Yes.
that sometimes we should be very rough with our words also, sometimes, not only especially subordinates we are mingling with very love and affection, because they don't know how to work. We have to give to suggestions with love and affections. When superiors, we are obedient, and we are showing results what they are assigned for us in a way they impress it. The remaining people who are they are not my subordinates, they are not work related persons. Especially I want to give one example. Yesterday a leadership program, first session is going, third session is going on, I think so. Some fellow came to me for Nodios. He is a non-teaching fellow who transferred to another place. So I am in class, so I do needed things for him, and I am in class. So told him leadership is the lessons today, so that I'm listening that. What he is saying, he is laughed, and you have enough leadership qualities, why you are again doing all these things. మేడం ఏమంటే సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా కావాలండి, కెరీర్ అడ్వాన్స్డ్ దానికి మనకు ప్రమోషన్ కి కూడా ఉంటుంది, మీలో చాలా ఉన్నాయి కదా ఇప్పటికే, మీకెందుకు ఇలాంటి కోర్సులు ఇలాంటివి అని అడగడం అతను. మేడం,
Ma'am, you take that as a positive feedback, ma'am. He accepted you as a leader. Ma'am, that's how, yeah.
I needed certificate also for our CAS program. They needed these programs, like these programs. And what he said, why certificate, madam? You wear medal veskuntara meer certificate ni. He told like.
Zafronisha, the only way is, as I told you earlier, don't ever react immediately. Don't ever react immediately. When somebody is telling some comments, no, just I told you, no, you should be in a position to accept that. So you create a difference between you and other person. If you are going to react, you are going to equalize with the other person. Don't ever equalize yourself. You be in a position to understand the people around. It's only an opportunity to understand the people. Accept it. Yes, you come later, I am doing this program, I'm listening to it, I will sign and give you positively, but I need time. Please come after this hour. There ends the talk. No discussion after that. That's
no,
the stop.
Regular non-teaching fellow. I done my job. In his perspective, he won't tolerate my energy, my dynamism, so that he is not at all related to me. He is a subordinate. He is a office staff only. What his qualification may be, inter or degree or whatever, the people think like that. So those people, when we across them, I irritated yesterday's situation. At the moment, I was smiled, and I done my job and sent him. But it is in my mind, I thoroughly it is గుచ్చుకుంటోంది మేడం మాట.
Now you erase it off. As I told you, life is very short. Enjoy. You always, my mother is illiterate, but my mother says one thing. பருந்து பறக்கிறத பார்த்து வான்கோழி பறக்கணும்னு நினைச்சா நடக்காதுன்னு. Each one is being given one ability. God has created one ability. Then that is why I said, don't compare it with others. Don't compare yourself with others. See, if you are in a family, your father-in-law, mother-in-law, anyone who was not the first family member, if they shout at you,
Yeah.
if you are going to react with your father-in-law, there ends a break in your family life.
Yeah.
Instead, he is like our father. Accept the mistake. You should have done some mistake that he would have irritated. So
Yeah.
you should forgive that. Similar things only around. He is a third person. After all, you are going to see him only in a day once or twice. You have to forget all these small incidents. That's why I told you these incidents
Yeah.
will spoil your health. Don't ever take it in a these are make your mood spoilers. Mood
Yes, ma'am.
spoilers.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead, don't get irritated, frustrated. So I learned this after my failure. I learned that, see, there are people below than me. I have to see them. I have to see the children who are not able to walk, who are sitting in one place or who are lying in one place. That is better. My child is better than that. Then I should be happy and pray God that you have given a wonderful child. So instead of grumbling and what to say, always telling about this thing, stop it. There ends the story.
Yeah, ma'am. Why? Because I put in front of you because the people are like that. And recently, yesterday afternoon only it has done. So
Okay.
that so that I am so irritated yesterday. So this is the thing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Zafrunisha.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I think we are in the concluding time. Any more questions? Maybe only one last question. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Ma'am, Sheila ma'am, a very power-packed presentation. It's as if I'm having a paper in my hand. I'm just struggling there to get it published, and you've made me at no cost. You're not going to stop there, go proceed. So it's really very motivating. You just made us forget or come out of our shell or the inhibitions which we have. Just don't be bothered about what is going on around us. And you also made a very valid point. Not all needs a reaction. That's really very important, especially for women in workplace. If we start reacting, then it's going to bounce back on us. As you said, our mental health and our physical health, it will be at stake. Rightly said, ma'am. With that positive note, and with all the inputs which have given, the n number of options are the doors which are open today, for all those, what do I say, the opportunities which are available for people in the field of STEM. It's really nice. And for the past 2 days, you've been hearing about STEM. Today, it's an add-on for us where you also added medicine and said that there are a lot of scope for people, for women, especially in the field of research. I'm sure, even if, as you said, if I'm not able to do it, I'm sure I'll be able to take it to my students and make them enlightened, especially about earth sciences. This is all new information because we are not at all into that frontier. We just think that STEM alone is there, and science, we just cut down ourselves with physics, chemistry, and biology. But you've taken us to another level, and you've exposed us to what all is available so that we can motivate young girls who are with us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that. You are loaded with information, and I'm sure we can get back to you whenever we need. So you are such an open-minded person. I've understood that from your last presentation during January and now too. And hats off to the n number of presentations which you are doing apart from SRM's today's presentation, because I do see your status. So it's really motivating. So you are also another example who's going to say that there's a lot of time only when you have interest in it. You can never say that I don't have time. It's beyond my boundaries and all that. So you are a person who is well balanced with family life. We don't know what are the problems you undergo, but the way you exhibit yours, it gives us a lot of confidence. That is what is there in the chat box too. It's like you are a perfect mother. And as you said it last time, God wanted that child to be with you because he trusted that you are the right person to take care of the child. I remember you saying this. So hats off, ma'am. Do stay in touch with us. Thank you so much for the session.
Definitely, Dr. Ramya. Thank you, Dr. Ramya. And a smiling department I always see from Dr. Puamal, Dr. Ramya, Dr. Tangam. Okay, it's so nice to see women in the platform. Thank you, Dr. Puamal and organizers for giving me a
Thank you, ma'am.
wonderful opportunity. I'm creating awareness, all of my awareness programs I have started. I want to thank all the participants for patiently listening. Definitely, if there is need at any point of time, even for your patent or anything related with research, I can help you all. There is no hindrance for that. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
all.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, the next session will start at 11.